Hey everybody, what's good? Welcome to episode 3 of Team of Friends, the game where I basically have a super team of players, and as you can see, we did pretty well last time. 5-0 in our last friendly against Salford, 9-0 win against Burnley, 7-0 against Aston Villa. We didn't quite break the Prem record, but there's 3 chances to today as we take on Southampton, Brighton and Watford. You can see Man City winning and Chelsea drawing with Brighton. Okay. Players who aren't fit can play for under 23s, of course. Okay, so us and Arsenal are the only teams with 2 wins. However, our goal difference is far superior. So I think we're good. 1.2 million from Leon for playing Depay too much. Oh, we've got an injury for Joel, who's bruised his thigh in training. Guess we'll leave that to our physio. And Evilo has bruised his knee and he's out for 1 or 2 days. Let's watch how our under 23's gone on against Swansea. It's Noel with a free kick, and he's put it in after just over 5 minutes to give us the lead. Greg now to Alex. Finds Caleb on the left. Cuts inside, finds Evilo, and Evilo puts it in first time. 2-0 to us. Evilo's corner, Noel heads it down. George with a scissor kick, and somehow kept out by the goalkeeper, and they get a goal kick at the end. Greg now taking his turn with a free kick, and he's hit the post, and Cullen is able to clear. Mehmet to Martin. Goes long. Noel will try and get there, and he does. He's 1-on-1, and he scores to make it 4-0. His second of the game. Michael to George. Finds Evilo with a long pass. An injured Evilo goes past 2 players and drills it in to get his second. Oh no, that's his hat trick. Never mind. I've lost count. Evilo's free kick. Header away by Berry. Mehmet heads it back in there. And Noel gets his hat trick. So 2 hat tricks each to make it 6-0. George goes for a free kick, but side netting. And yeah, 2 hat tricks and a comfortable 6-0 win. Mehmet can now play DM perfectly. His passing, flair, acceleration, balance, natural fitness and pace has gone up. Michael's doing well as a striker. His first touch has gone up. Team of the week full of our players almost. Chris, Steph, Vincent, Joel, Lewis, Benson and Clivette all making it. Awesome. I mean, you'd expect that after a 7-0 win, but still awesome. Loan manager Chris Corbett, Jason Partridge as a data analyst, and Jason Bates as a loan manager. See if any of those joins. Mustafa has picked up a tight groin. That's only 1 to 3 days, small injury. Jerome has twisted his ankle. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Yikes. Even I picked up an injury, pulled my ankle ligaments. 10 days to 2 weeks out for me. So that's 10 injured players at the moment. Not ideal, but there's still 35 other players who aren't injured at least. And there's Elliot is back. Tim's back. Okay, so that's a bit less. Okay, once again, anyone who's not fit can play for the under 18s. Let's go to attacking and get stuck in. Chelsea v Tottenham and Friday game in the 95th minute. Tomori winner gives Chelsea the win there. Clivet's doing well in training. Okay, let's see how the under 18s played against Newcastle. Nana and Nick, the only players of ours who are starting. McConville long ball over the top, and it's Vernon. Vernon's through, and Vernon scores. Nigel Vernon gives us the lead after 25 minutes. Is Gilchrist to White. And White brings it forward for Newcastle. Through on goal, good chance, but Nick makes a good save, and it'll be a corner. Now a penalty, Nana will take it, hits it straight down the middle, it's saved, and Rounsfell will clear. Nana now with a free kick from the left, header by Thompson, and it's 2-0. Martin Thompson doubles our lead. Thompson back to Unsworth. Long ball for Nana. Nana shoots from a tight angle, saved by the keeper, and he misses the rebound. Not looking like his day today in terms of scoring. Ebanks with a free kick for Newcastle. Stevenson heads it across goal. Rounsfell heads it over. Immediately to Stevenson. And Brennan with a long ball, and Toure with a great chance for Newcastle, but Nick once again makes the save. Now Ebanks clear on the right hand side and zooms past his marker and he's through on goal. Can Nick save it again? He doesn't have to because Ebanks blazes it wide. Alright. 2-0 win despite the missed penalty. Newcastle have held Liverpool to a draw. That's good news. Let's go with you. Okay, so an unchanged lineup from our past couple of games. Meanwhile, Southampton have got Gunn in goal, Bednarek, Danso and Stevens at the back. Valerie and Bertrand at wingbacks. Højbjerg, Adams and Ward-Prowse in midfield with Ings and Redmond up front. McCarthy, McQueen, Genepo, Adams, Trincao, Cedric and Unlundulu on the bench. Okay, so 9-0 and 7-0. Our last two Premier League games. Similar numbers wouldn't go amiss. In fact, beating 9 at some point in this season is definitely the aim. Now Brandon with a throw. It's cut out though by Ings. Ings clears. Vincent will get to it. Down the line for Brandon. Brandon brings it forward. Finds Meta on the right. Meta goes past his marker. Puts in the cross. Benson with a header. Good save by Gunn for a corner. Lewis to take. And it's gone over everyone's head. Meta gets to the loose ball. Tries to cut inside, but Ward-Prowse takes it off him. But he battles back to win it. And now it's Taz. Taz switches the ball. Here's Meta to Connor. Down the line for Chris. Chris gets to the byline, checks back, and Bertrand takes it off him and clears. Now Connor, okay, no more highlights there. So to beat 9, you have to score more than one goal every 10 minutes. So we should score before 10 minutes. Chris's throw to Lewis. Brings it inside, finds Taz. To Connor, first time, finds Chris on the flank. Chris gets to the byline, floats in across. Benson again with a header, straight at Gunn. Gunn throws it out to Valerie. To Bednarek. Here is Adams. Valerie. Loses out to Brandon. Taz back to Vincent. Vincent will carry it forward, and the centre back going all the way down the left flank. Can he find a cross? Vincent's cross, and Meta heads it wide. Yeah, knowing this is quite going to be a record breaker. Brandon with a throw. Lewis with a flick on. Benson gets to the loose ball. Benson drills it in from a tight angle. And there is the first goal. Benson's second of the season. And, well, yeah, I expected to take the lead at some point, so I'm not going to act surprised. Now Lewis with a free kick from the right. Floats it in. Vincent at the back post. And that's his first goal for the club to make it 2-0. And yeah, I guess there's still a hope if we can keep scoring goals before half time. But now it's a Southampton corner. Ward-Prowse to take. And Hussein comes out to claim it. Rolls it short to Steph. Steph carries it forward. Takes it all the way past the halfway line. This is quite a run by Steph. He'll eventually stop, play it across to Lewis. Here's Connor to Taz. Meta. Back to Taz. Lewis. Taz again. Connor. Meta. Out wide for Chris. Chris gets into the box. Puts in the cross, chance for Meta, great save by Gunn, and it will be a corner. Lewis will take. Header away, comes out to Benson. Benson shoots, and Benson scores his second to make it 3-0. And we've scored 3 before half an hour, so we're on for at least 9. Southampton free kick. Gunn plays it short to Bednarek. Back to the goalkeeper Gunn, who just clears it straight away. I don't even know why they tried to play it out of the back. Connor finds Meta. Here's Lewis. Out to Chris. Chris bursts into the box. Chance for Chris. Gunn saves it, his near post, and it will be a corner. Lewis whips it in. Header away though by Valerie. Steph will pick up the loose ball. Steph down the left is brought down by Danny Ings for a free kick in a dangerous position. Chance for Lewis to deliver. He does, and Ward-Prowse has to head it behind for a corner. Lewis will take. Header away by Bednarek. Taz picks it up. Taz goes down the left, similar to where Steph did, but this time Ings makes a fair tackle for a throw. Brendan to Taz. Cross to Connor. Finds Chris on the right. Chris gets into the box. Chris shoots again. Gunn saves again, tipping it round the far post for a corner. Lewis once again puts it in there. Bednarek heads it away. Comes out to Meta, and what a strike from the edge of the box. His third of the season to make it 4-0. Still 12 minutes before half time. We could get to 6. Then we'd definitely be on track to break the record. Southampton kick off. Danso finds Redmond, who flicks it onto Bertrand. Here is Adams. Good tackle by Benson. And now Taz has it as we look to break. Taz finds Meta. Meta into the box. Chance for Meta. It's blocked, and Bednarek able to clear it. Certainly been involved a lot at the start of this game. Lewis with a corner. Clivet's header puts it wide of a post. Unable to make that one count. Southampton throw. Bednarek is intercepted by Benson, and Benson charges forward. No one in a Southampton shirt near him. Benson for a hack trick, and Benson gets it. And I think that's the first hack trick of this series. Benson, I think that is anyway. I'll double check that, but I seem to remember last time I was wondering when someone would get a hack trick. I think Benson's just got the first. 2 minutes of added time, and one more chance before half time. It would be great if we could get 6. Brendan's throw. Taz heads it back to him. Bednarek heads across the way. Comes out to Connor, and it goes in off the bar. Connor's first goal for the club to make it 6. So all we have to do is score 4 in the second half to break the record. And I definitely fancy our chances of doing that the way we're playing. Keep it up, guys. Same as the first half. Problem is, do you want to break the record by too much and then make it impossible to break again? How many times can I clickbait a title? And here we come. Taz to Benson, who goes with his right foot this time over the bar. But straight out of the blocks, that's what I like to see. Che Adams replaces Ings. Now a throw for us. Brandon to take to Benson. Benson tries to cross it, but it's blocked. Valerie clears as far as Brandon. He finds Lewis, but his shot is blocked. Southampton clear. Of course, in real life, Southampton lost 9-0 to Leicester to enable Leicester to equal Man United's record. Taz's cross cleared away by Danso, and Redmond looks to turn and go, and maybe this is a Southampton chance, and Redmond goes past Steph. Redmond's through, and fortunately puts it wide. Can't be conceding now, surely. Now Lewis with a free kick. Whips it in. Danso heads it away. Benson brings it down in the box. Plays it back out to Lewis. Here's Vincent to Taz. Back to Vincent. Switches it to Meta on the right flank. Meta shoots. Blocked by Bertrand, and it'll be a corner. Lewis to take. Bednarek heads it away. It's come out to Benson. Benson will take it down the left, but that's a good tackle by Bertrand, and we'll have a throw-in instead. Vincent now to take a free kick for us. Plays it to Taz. Switches it to Meta. Here's Lewis to Clivet. Finds Chris, but Chris fires out well wide. And no goals yet in the second half. Makes me doubt we're going to actually break the record. Only 20 minutes left for 4 goals. Lewis now to swing in a free kick from the right. It's headed away by Stevens. Clivet collects the loose ball. Plays it back to Vincent. Clivet again. And Vincent spaced across. He does so. Bertrand heads it away. It comes out to Lewis. Lewis floats across in. Valerie heads it away. Here's Taz. Takes it down the left. Plays it further out to Vincent. Back to Taz. Cross finds Lewis at the back post. Lewis brings it down and shoots, but he fires wide. Now here's Valerie to Højbjerg. Ward-Prowse. Back to his goalkeeper. Gunn passes it out to Bednarek. A bit risky by Southampton, and Gunn eventually clears. Brandon intercepts. First time pass to Benson. Benson is brought down. Advantage is played. Lewis holds on to it. Finds Taz. And Taz hits it in off a post. First of the game. Second of the season. To make it 7-0. And hope remains. 15 minutes or so to go. Cedric and Genepo on for Valerie and Redmond. Ward-Prowse now to take a Southampton free kick. Vincent heads it away. Bednarek brings it down and shoots, and Hussein, I think, makes his first save of the game, tipping that over the bar. Ward-Prowse with a corner. Steph heads it away. Comes out to Che Adams. Out to Ward-Prowse. He's played an awful pass back, and now Clivet is able to intercept it. Plays it out to Meta. Meta brings it forward. Chance, but it's just wide. Now Chris with a throw. Header away by Tyler Adams as far as Connor. Lewis finds Taz in the middle. Taz shoots first time, but Gunn's comfortably able to catch that. 1 minute added on. I think this may be a highlight, so I'll Commentate it. Lewis with a free kick. Danso heads it away, drops to Taz, it falls to Mete. Gunn saves, it's bouncing around the box, and it falls to Clivette, who makes it 8-0. There's only 1 minute of added time, so at best we could probably only equal the 9-0 record, but it's probably going to finish 8-0. Which is a score we haven't won by yet. We've won 9-0 and 7-0. So I guess it sort of made sense to go in the middle and go with 8. I think that's going to do it for the end of the match. So let me try and remember who scored. Benson got 3. I'm not looking at the screen. Meta, Clivette, Connor, Taz, and Vincent. Oh, yeah, I remembered all of them. So no surprises as Benson picks up the man of the match for his hat trick, with Gunn, Stevens, Danso, Bednarek, Højbjerg and Redmond all picking up 6.4 ratings as the worst players. And I suppose I'm happy with that, for I'd really like to break a record. Such a disappointing result surely means it's back to the training ground, back to the drawing board. All Rare Manager could say is we'll see what tomorrow brings. Let's praise Benson's performance. And yeah, we move on to Brighton, who've just got a last-minute equaliser against Burnley. Festus is back from his damaged heel. City win 4-0. Aguero hat-trick, including 2 penalties. Let me just double-check if that was the first hat-trick. No, it wasn't. Lewis and Clivette both scored hat-tricks in the 9-0 game. My bad. And Arsenal beat Bournemouth to keep up the pace with us, at least in terms of points. Definitely not in terms of goal difference. And let's play all the unfit under 20 players in the under 23s. Do I think Luxman is deserving of a call-up? Of course I do, because he's my mate. Absolutely, I don't know why he hasn't been involved, but he would be such an asset to their squad. Well, actually I do know, because this is the first international break since his player was generated. Huh. And Roberto Mancini, ex-Galatasaray manager, I'm going to ignore the ex-Man City part, says, I can't say I've seen the player as he does. Dude, I set all these players up with a maximum ability in the game, so if you don't want to play him, that's your loss. Jeez. Okay, let's watch under 23s versus Aston Villa. There's quite a few of our lads playing. Here comes Nana on the left, and he's brought down by Burton, who's already been booked. This is 6 minutes in, and Brad Burton gets his second yellow. Villa under 23s down to 10 men. Now Carlock with a throw. Header away by a namesake of Aaron Ramsey. Donnelly plays it out to Carlock. Carlock's cross, Grimes with a header off the top of a crossbar. Tim's cross goes all the way to the other side to Mo. Mo's cross is blocked, but it falls to Nana. His effort saved. Nana with a rebound off the post, and it's being scrambled around and cleared. Right on half time here, Pepper to Tunnicliffe. Back to Pepper. Pepper's cross, Avinash with a header, and we finally take the lead against the 10 men of Villa. Avinash with the header. Now Avinash will take the free kick. Finds Mo with a header over the bar. Avinash with another free kick, another cross, Tunnicliffe with a header, Goalkeeper can't keep it out. That's Stephen Tunnicliffe there. Another Avinash free kick. This one's gone straight off the bar. Don't think he meant to shoot, but it was close to being a goal. Appiah for Villa to Clark. Clark over the top has put Hooper through on goal. Chance to get one back for Villa. Hooper saved by Mustafa. His first save of the game, or first visible save, I suppose. And yeah, we only managed to beat Villa 2-0 despite them being down to 10 men for 84 minutes. Okay, nine of our players in the Premier League team of the week: Chris, Vincent, Steph, Brendan, Mete, Connor, Taz, Benson and Clivette all making it. Festus pulled ab muscle, out for between 12 days and 2 weeks. The dude just came back. Carabao Cup action. See if any Premier League clubs are knocked out. Bournemouth losing 3-1 at home to Luton. Leicester knocked out on penalties by Morecambe. And Brighton losing out to Stevenage. So quite a few Premier League teams knocked out. Shanky's been called up by the Mauritius manager to face Kenya. I guess we're going to be getting a lot of call-ups. Caleb has gashed his lower leg. 7 to 12 days out. Goodness sake. So many injuries. Some more Premier League teams in action in Carabao Cup. Burnley only just beating Fleetwood on penalties. No other upsets to note. Lukaku transfer gives us 2.6 million because Inter made it to the group stage of the Champions League. Oh, Carabao Cup third round draw. Well, as long as we avoid the really big teams, I don't really care who we get. Tottenham will fight West Ham. Southampton fights Norwich. Watford plays Liverpool. And we will play at home to Rotherham in League One. That should be easy enough. 36 players called up for international duty. So after all that hubbub, Italy do end up calling Lux up. But yeah, the weird thing in this game is everyone who I've put with like dual nationality ends up wanting to play for England. So that ends up with a massive overload of players playing for England, to the point where some of them would rather play for England under 21s than their like native team. So Zayn, Clivette, Michael, Hussein, Georgie, Joel, Sho and Dami have been called up to the first team. Pretty much everyone else who has a hint of English has gone to the under 21s. Which is a bit weird. Normally it's the full team that gets overloaded and the under 21s pick up the rest, but this time it's just the under 21s straight up. Okay, it's cool 2.5 mil for qualifying for the group stage. And under 18s, couple of unfit players can play that. Let's go to attacking, play a higher line against Brighton. Oh, and one last call up for Fortune for the Nigeria under 23s. Not the full team, interesting. Europa League group stage. Let's see who we get. PSV. Shouldn't really matter. This should be an easy competition. Maribor. And Aberdeen. Okay. That would be a pretty easy group if we actually got it in real life. Let's see if there's anything interesting in the other groups. Group G is probably a little bit of a hard group. Maybe Group H as well. Nah, nothing too great. We should be able to breeze through that group. PSV might provide a slight challenge. Okay, Europa League doesn't affect what's happening this episode. We're still playing Brighton and Watford. Arsenal held to a draw by West Ham, so we have a chance to go points clear. Clive top of the training ranks again, but no one is being bad, which is good to note. Oh, a press conference about the Europa League draw. Sure. Looking forward to it. Confident of a strong showing. Not going to talk about opponents until I've had a chance to study them. Don't want to look too far ahead, but it's a friendly draw. I only can care about whether we win it, not the other English teams. And I hope that whets the media's appetite. Okay, let's watch our under-18s take on Sunderland. Just Jack and Lux playing in this team. Here is Lux bringing it forward. Shot from distance is blocked. He gets it back and he'll have another go, but this time it's over. Hughes plays it out wide to Unsworth. Unsworth's cross finds Burke at the back post. Good save by Newman. Very good save, in fact. Burke to Dalton. Hughes. Cole finds Burke in the box and he hits it over. Unsworth's throw and Walker completely misses it, and Comper is through for Sunderland. Great chance for Comper. Good save by Jack, and it will be a corner. Foster to take. Comper's header, and it bounces unfortunately off of Andreas Unsworth, and it goes in for an own goal. Lux brings it forward. Lux goes for goal, puts it wide. So that was a goal for Sunderland. The red might confuse some. Hughes plays it to Lux. Lux charges past Armstrong. 1-on-1 with the keeper, and Lux drills it in to equalise. And yeah. Sims down the right. Sims' cross finds McConville, and McConville gives us a 93rd minute winner, Stephen McConville. And yeah, it's probably a deserved win at the end. Apologies if you're experiencing some problems with the stream. I'm being given an error message saying The stream might not be running smoothly. I think it should be okay now. Caleb and Greg called up for the US and Slovenia respectively. Liverpool win, coming from 2-0 down at home to Man City to win 3-2. Of course, it helped that Zinchenko was sent off. Let's go with Alan Fettis. Okay, same team as usual to take on Brighton. Brighton have got Ryan in goal, Duffy, Webster and Dunk at the back, Montoya and Bernardo as wing-backs, Prepper and Moy in the middle, Gross playing behind Morpay and Connolly, with Button, Bong, March, Jahanbach, Baluta, Balogun and Murray on the bench. Now we kick off. This is an away game, so it might be a bit difficult to break any records today. But one can only hope. Leicester equalled the record away from home, so I don't see why we can't. And Brandon's got himself into the box and he's won himself a corner, I think. Lewis to take. Clivet's header, but it's not going in. Chris to take the throw. Here's Lewis turning around, getting into the box. Lewis from a tight angle, maybe should have crossed it, hits the side netting. Chris now with a throw. Lewis heads it back to him. Chris tries to play it inside, but Moy tackles and Moy clears. Steph wins a header. Lewis flicks it on. Prepper now. Here's Bernardo to Moy. Dunk. Back to his goalkeeper Ryan, who does well to find Montoya. Montoya though can only head it on. And now here comes Brandon with the ball. Brandon charging forward down the left, looking for a cross, gets to the byline, his cross finds Chris, takes a touch and shoots, but it's straight at Ryan. Yellow card for Steph. Let's play some shorter passes. Chris throw. All our attacks seem to be going down the right. He gets it back from Lewis. Chris plays it back to Meta. Meta's cross. Dunk heads it away. It falls to Clivet. Sets up Taz on the edge of a box. Tipped away by Ryan for a corner. Chance for Lewis. Duffy half heads it away. Comes out to Steph. Lewis's cross. Vincent brings it down on the right. He plays it all the way back to Connor. Back out to Vincent. Connor again. Cross blocked by Moy. And we'll have a throw. Tell Steph not to make so many hard tackles. Last thing we need is a red card. Lewis's corner. Clivet's header off the crossbar. And Gross is able to clear. Still 0-0 here, so let's secure the win before we worry about records. Lewis heads the throw onto Benson and is come back out to Brandon on the left. Brandon's cross to the back post. Dunk heads it away. Falls to Clivet, and there is the opener. 6th of the season for Clivet to give us the lead. Brandon's throw to Lewis. Back to Taz. Taz gets into the box. Taz goes for goal. Tipped over by Ryan. Chance for Lewis to take. And Dunk heads it out. It's come out to Vincent. Holds it up. Forced all the way back to Brandon. Not a very good pass. But Brandon will get there. Brandon takes it forward. Almost loses it, but finds Benson. Benson gets into the box. Benson's shot's deflected. Ryan saves for a corner. It'll be Lewis to take. And the goalkeeper makes a really good catch, to be fair to him. Ryan now with a goal kick. Short to Duffy. Duffy goes long. Header by Vincent. Finds Benson. Able to turn and go on the left hand side. Cuts it back. Duffy with the clearance. Taz heads the loose ball back out to Brandon. Brandon gets into the box. Forced wide a bit. Back to Lewis. He finds Clivette. Clivette tees up Chris. His shot's blocked. He has it back. Tries to get the better of Dunk. It finds Meta in the box, but Dunk able to recover and clear it. Gross now with a long ball looking for Conley, but it will amount to nothing. Brandon throw now to Taz. Taz with a cross. Clivette back out to Taz. Brandon to Lewis with a low centre. Bernardo clears. Steph with a header to Connor. Out to Brandon. Takes it forward. Finds Taz. Taz's cross cleared away by Webster. Connor's header to Lewis. Here's Meta. Gets into the box. His shot's blocked. Brandon to Taz now. Lewis to Brandon again. Into the box. Chance for Brandon. His shot's blocked. Or maybe it was a cross. Not entirely sure. Brighton able to clear with Prepper. And here comes Connolly to Montoya. Good work by Montoya down the right hand side. It's maybe half a chance for Brighton. Taz will tackle him though. And that will be that. Hussein with a goal kick. Short to Steph. Steph carries that one forward. Finds Meta. Back to Steph. And Proper intercepts to Morpay. And now Moy. Pass cut out by Brandon. Brandon able to clear. And we may be able to break here. Clivette to Benson. A Wembley doubles partnership combining. Benson though is tackled by Proper. He recovers the ball though. Has two men on him, but he's managed to play it out to Connor. And here's Brandon. Gets it back from Benson. Here is Benson again. Takes it inside and shoots. It's blocked, but the flag is up anyway. Brandon's throw to Lewis. Tackled by Proper. Battles it out with Lewis. Montoya now to Duffy with a long ball. Intercepted by Vincent. Vincent across to Connor. Here's Taz to Lewis. Now Benson. Back to Lewis. Connor. Taz. Benson. Out to Brandon. Brandon makes some space on the left. Finds Benson. First time cross. Meta's header just wide. Montoya's throw. Header away by Vincent. Benson. Carries it forward. Plays it to Connor. Meta to Chris. Now Chris to carry it forward. Can he find a cross? He almost falls down, but he gets the cross away, and Benson somehow heads it over from inside the 6-yard box. A big miss That makes me almost certain that we're not going to break any records today. Duffy's poor pass for Taz to Lewis. Benson with his right foot over the bar once again, twice in the space of a minute by Benson. Brighton throw now, Bernardo to Moy. Back to Bernardo. Now Dunk. Dunk goes long, Connolly brings it down. Is Gross. Good tackle by Meta. And now here comes Taz on the break. Taz finds Chris. Chris on the right, cuts it back. Brandon now has it on the edge of the box. Gets into the box. Great chance for Brandon, but somehow Ryan saves it. And there will be a corner. Still only one goal in it. Lewis will take. Header away by Dunk, headed on by Moy. And that will be that for that chance. Ryan now with a free kick to Dunk. Dunk under pressure, forced back to Ryan, who gets it away. Bernardo though gets to it, plays it to Moy. Is Gross. Dunk. Proper. Plays it out, Chris heads it away. Now Meta brings it forward, finds Taz. Is Lewis. Chips it, finds Benson on the flank. Benson with a cross to Meta at the back post. Webster though clears it behind for a corner. Lewis will take. Clivet's header straight at Ryan. Two minutes added on till half time. And just for 1-0 lead. Clivet with the only goal. We've definitely created chances, but the team may be a bit tired and I don't know. Not being able to put away the chances. I mean, physically they should be the best players in the world, as well as technically, but I don't know if that's how the game's working. Chris cuts out Bernardo's throw there and brings it forward. Plays it back to Connor. Here's Meta to Chris. Back to Connor. Now Lewis to Meta. Out to Chris. Gets past his marker easily. Cuts inside, finds Lewis. His shot is blocked. It was going well wide anyway. And Brighton able to get that one clear. Steph plays it long for Benson now on the left flank. Benson bursts clear into the box. Chance here for Benson. Puts it wide. Should have done better with that one. And even Norwich are winning 3-0 and we're struggling to get more than one. Taz has been booked, but straight away tell him to calm down. Yellow card for Connor as well. Lewis now with a free kick for us. Steph with a header. Inches wide. Goalkeeper didn't move. I don't know if that's because he couldn't react in time or he just knew it was going wide. Lewis now with a corner. Clivet's header at the back post, and there is the second, both for him and the team, to give us some breathing room. Not that Brighton were particularly troubling us, but always feel secure to have that 2-goal cushion. Lewis now with a free kick from the left. Dunk heads it away. Connolly now will look to break for Brighton. Connor with a good tackle. I am a bit worried because he's been booked. And Montoya goes past Connor. I don't mind that, just don't get yourself sent off. Here's Moy to Proper. Gross. Morpay with a shot. And a good save by Hussein. And Chris puts it behind for a corner. Brighton there starting to look threatening. Gross will take the corner. Connor heads it away. Morpay heads it to Connolly. Back to Montoya. Montoya looking for a cross. Okay, Taz makes a fair tackle and wins us a throw. I am so nervous about players who have been booked. Murray now on for Morpay for Brighton. Lewis with a free kick for us. Webster heads it away. Vincent will get to the loose ball. Finds Taz inside. No options out wide, so Taz will take it there himself. Plays it back to Steph. Here's Connor. Connor to Meta. Sets up Clivette, but Clivette puts it wide. Looking for his hat trick. Brandon's throw. Here's Taz. Taz gets into the box and goes for goal, and it's gone in off the bar. A terrific strike by Taz. His third of the season, our third of the game. Nice. That's all I really have to say. March is on for Gross. Now Brandon's throw. Benson heads it back to him. Brandon brings it forward. Brandon goes for goal and fires wide at the near post. Don't think he scored yet. Prepper's now been booked. Steph plays the free kick short to Chris. Chris able to bring it down the right. Inside to Lewis. Back out to Chris. Tackle though by Prepper. Prepper's clearance is poor and Benson able to win a header. Connor now heads it to Taz. Montoya with a good tackle. However, Taz takes it right back off him. Taz on the left with a cross. Dunk heads it away. Clivette will pick it up. Turns. Gets to the byline. Crosses back in. Montoya heads it away. Lewis comes in with a header. Webster heads it away. And now it's Meta with a shot tipped over by Ryan for a corner. In it comes from Lewis. Headed away by Murray. It comes out to Benson. Benson gets into the box. Will shoot from a tight angle. Saved by Ryan for a corner. And Lewis will take. The highlight continues. Dunk clears as far as Vincent. Vincent crosses back in there. Over everyone's heads. Clivette picks it up on the right hand side. Clivette cuts it back. Here's Taz. Back out to Clivette. Clivette's cross. Duffy heads it away. Out to Connor, who heads it to Lewis. Lewis with a shot. Good save by Ryan. Just about out for a corner. Johan back now on for Connolly as Brighton's final change. Lewis with the corner. Dunk heads it away as far as Meta, who heads it back out to Lewis. Lewis cuts it back to Benson. Back to Lewis, who was offside. Probably shouldn't have passed it back to him there, Benson. Yellow card now for Brandon, our fourth yellow of the game. Bit of a lack of discipline here. Brandon with a throw. Lewis heads it down for Taz. Taz's cross finds Chris at the back post, brings it down, hits for side netting. Two minutes left. Vincent plays a free kick to Brandon. Late winner for Bournemouth against Crystal Palace in one of the other games. Brandon chips in the cross. Meta will pick it up on the right, plays it back to Chris, and Chris fires well wide. Lewis is looking tired, so we'll bring him off. And I think we'll give George a chance. I think this is his debut. Well, like competitive debut anyway. 4 minutes added on. Webster's been booked. Taz will take the free kick. Flow to it in. Proper heads it away. It's come out to George. Plays it to Meta, and Meta fires just wide. Almost an early assist for George. And Aston Villa with a late equaliser away at Southampton as well. And I think this is going to be it. Maybe one more chance. Benson's ball forward, but Dunk heads it back to Ryan, and that will surely be the end of the match. 2 goals for Clivert and 1 for Taz give us a 3-0 victory. Our lowest of the Premier League season so far. Hopefully that's not a downward trend. Yeah, that was a debut for George. So 2 goals give Clivert a man of the match. Worst player was, I think, Gross. Gross with a disgusting performance. 6.3. Happy with how things are going. Yeah, I guess we'll praise Clivert's performance. And then we move on to Watford after the international break. Nana's back from his ab strain. Trying to flex too much, most likely. Late winner for Leicester against Chelsea. I think that's a good thing. Tottenham comfortably beat Sheffield United as well. Okay, let's make the unfit players play in the under-23s. Oh, Jarvis has developed a new trait, dictates tempo. Didn't know players could do that. And yeah, August is finished, so that means we have Player of the Month awards. And this month it's gone to Clivert. 7 goals in 4 games with an average rating of 9.15. We also make up the rest of the top 3. Lewis getting 5 goals and Taz getting 3. And getting second and third in that order. Let's praise Clivert for that. Same top 3 for Young Player of the Month. Not too much of a surprise. Manager of the Month goes to me. Don't know if it should. I'm not really doing anything complicated. Brendan Rodgers and Unai Emery make up the top 3. Oh, my director of football is happy with that. He's going to be very happy for the rest of the season then. Cool. It's one hell of a weekend. Wolves v Newcastle and Watford Burnley. Don't think the TV numbers will be at their peak this weekend. The board are satisfied with my management of the team. C+, and even though they have no problems, and we've scored 19 goals in our first 3 games. Oh, nice. I've only gone and recovered from my... What was my injury? Pulled ankle ligaments, right. Back in action now. And Nally has got a gashed upper leg. 4 to 10 days out. And let's see how the under-23s got on against Reading. It's only Khaled and Nally playing. I guess they weren't called up for national teams. It's Nolan now for Reading. Over the top finds Warwick Caetano for on goal. Good save by Collins. Khaled will take a penalty after 2 minutes. Keeper guesses right, but he can't save it. And we take the lead. Nally now on the right. Cross comes out to Perslow on the edge of the box. And Perslow hits the bar. And the rebound won't go to us. And Donnelly can't clear it. It comes off Loader. Loader to Warwick Caetano. Goes for goal, just wide. Hose clearance for Reading, cut out by Pepper. Pepper finds Perslow, back to Tunnicliffe. Here's Nally with a shot, and Nally scores to make it 2-0. Frost to Ho. Ho down the right. Ho's cross. Loader with a chance, and Loader taps it in to pull one back for Reading. Here's Burley. Long ball finds Baldock. Baldock's for on goal. Baldock with a chance, and Reading have come from 2-0 down to tie it up. Despite Khaled and Nally's goals, is there more to it? Frost to Odimayo. Long ball, Warwick Caetano's got way too much space. Brings it forward and applies a finish. But full comeback for Reading from 2-0 to 3-2. And yeah, despite Khaled and Nally's goals, that'll be a defeat. So I can only see a max of 40 players being called up. Don't think Hussein got called up. Clivet, did he get called up? Or is he just not? Okay, a lot of these players haven't joined yet. I'll wait till there's 40. Now this is going to be a problem. Europa League registration. Wait, players at the age of 20 or younger who have been at the club for 2 years don't have to be registered. Well, I've gone and just auto-picked it, but a lot of players are going to be very unhappy that they're not in the team. Well, got to do what I've got to do. Yeah, that's going to get some angry stuff. Premier League we're good because everyone's under 21, so they don't have to be registered. Yep, and this is a part of the say where everyone just goes crazy because they didn't get registered for the Europa League squad. Oh, okay. Some of them I don't even have to have conversations with. Yep, everyone's fuming. Thank you, Greg. It's a nice response. George is mad. Noel, sorry. He's mad. Lux, mad. Show, oh, he's not so mad. Dammy, he's mad. Mustafa, still mad. George B, okay, he's nice. That fits in with his personality. Zane, still mad. Chris, fuming. Khaled, still angry. Martin, still angry. Brandon, okay, he's not so mad. Tim, angry. Mahesh, fuming. Oh, what? I'm not allowed to talk to anyone anymore. So Jerome, Vincent, Connor, Alex, Avinash, Ivilo and Taz are also very upset. So there's actually like a cooldown on how many people you can talk to. Okay, team of the week. Just 2 players this week, Brandon and Clivette, making it there. Oh man, everyone's upset. This may be where the squad deteriorates. So let's double check again who was called up. Or who wasn't called up, I guess. Carlock, Khaled, Festus, Jerome, Nally. I think that's it. Everyone else is in some national team or another. Glenn Brown can try and be load manager, I guess. Oh god. All the squad's mad about the treatment of everyone. This is just a big mess. Okay, everyone but Khaled seems okay with that. Squad unhappy with treatment of George. Not even allowed to talk about that. Unhappy with my treatment of Noel, Lux, Zane, Chris, Khaled, Martin, Tim, and Mahesh. Damn, man. Is this how you lose friends? I think this is how you lose friends. Hopefully they'll still perform to a somewhat acceptable level, despite their morale all being abysmal. Let's look at how they're getting on for their international teams. So Nick and Ivilo played for Bulgaria. They drew 0-0 with Paraguay. Jarvis played as Uganda beat Benin 2-0. England under 21s beat Finland 9-0. I guess with most of us playing. I got a hat trick. My brother Meta got 1. Mahesh got 1. Dele got 1. Benson got 2. And Noel got 1. Yep, adds up to 9. Let's see who got assists. If anyone. There's 1 for Elliot. 1 for Martin. One for George B. One for Taz. One for Benson. And one for Noel. And finally for Spain under 21s, Lewis scored as they beat Sweden 2-0. Congratulate Jarvis on first international cap. Have to be nice to everyone now. Congrats both Nick and Avilo as well. Let's try and make some friends. Getting my friends back. Shanky's back from his calf strain. Festus and Jerome can play for the under-18s. Okay, a couple more matches. Fortune scored twice as Nigeria under-23s beat Ghana 4-1. And Luck scored as Italy beat Armenia 3-0. Congratulate Lux. And congratulate him on his first international goal as well. And Shanky is now pulled his groin while on international duty, 3 to 8 days out. Well, no one is in training at the moment, and only one person is being bad, and that's Carlock. Okay, slowly pulling it back with these interactions. With that whole gimmick of they have to be at the club for 2 years, even if they're under 21, has just ruined the squad morale. I wonder if there's a way to remove that rule. More international stuff. Steph played as France beat Andorra 5-0. Shanky scored as Mauritius beat Kenya 3-1. Okay, let's see how the under-18's gone on against Blackburn. Jerome with a free kick, but he's put that wide. Here comes Burns down the left for Blackburn. Burns with a cross all the way to Durrant, but his shot's blocked. Here comes Lonsdale. Cross. Festus heads it away, but it comes out to Horlock, and Horlock gives Blackburn the lead. Jared Horlock. Lonsdale now with a corner. Headed away by Ward. Barnes' header straight at Wills. Lonsdale's cross. Goes all the way to Sadi on the other side. Sadi finds Horlock. His shot is blocked for a corner. Now for us, Flitcroft. Down the line, Boyoma with a poor pass. Chance for Frank Walsh, but he's put it wide. Ferguson to Garrett for Blackburn. Garrett's cross. Burns. Just wide by Samuel Burns. Ward to Daniels. It's a terrible pass back straight to Burns. And Burns almost lobs the keeper, but it hits the bar and goes over. And yeah, 1-0 win for Blackburn. Jared Horlock. Congratulate Steph on his first cap. I'm not allowed to talk to Shanky about his first cap and goal. Under 23s v West Ham. Okay. UAE lose 3-0 to Ecuador. Mohamed played. England's 5-1 win over Montenegro. Goals for Michael and Joel. Zayn got an assist. Clivet, Georgie also played, and the same. USA beat Cuba 1-0, Caleb played, and in Slovenia's 3-1 win over Macedonia, Greg played and got an assist. Right, congratulate Caleb. Congratulate Hussein. Congratulate Michael or Zayn. I saw Mal Ryan assumed. Same for Clivet. Same for Joel. Same for Michael. Same for George G. And congratulate Joel and Michael on their first international goals. Saving my relationships. Congratulate Greg for his first cap. And Italy beat Finland 4-0. Lux played. Okay, let's watch under 23s take on West Ham. Here is Levia with a cross, finds Antonio at the back post. Antonio gets in the box. It's actually Mikhail Antonio. And the cross headed over by Holland. Carroll with a free kick. Straight to Magici, who plays it long. Chance here for Levia, and Levia saved by Carroll for a corner. Antonio's throw gets it back from Johnson. Levia back to Antonio, cross. Holland at the back post, tries to cross it, and Jerome try and clear it. Levia turns past Laird, chance for Levia, cross headed away by O'Neill. Rosa comes in with a header off the bar, and almost a lead for West Ham. Second half, West Ham still dominating. Holland with a corner. Antonio's header over the bar. Now Johnson, long ball finds Holland. Here's Levia back to Holland. Holland's through, saved by Carroll. Antonio with a throw. Here's Levia, heads it back to him. Pulls it back to Adu. But Adu's shot is blocked. Antonio gets there first. Goes past Pepper. Antonio gets into the box. All the way and somehow hits the post. And we're able to clear. And finish 0-0. Injury for Meta on internationals. A tight calf though, 1 to 3 days. That shouldn't be too bad. Well, he'll be fine for the next game at least. Okay, match reports again. So Nigeria under 23s beat Ghana 4-1. Fortune scored 1. England under 21s beat Gibraltar 8-0. Let's see who scored. Meta, Avinash, Benson, 2 for Nana, 2 for Noel. Yep, that's it. Any assists in there? One for Chris, one for Martin, one for Avinash, one for Taz, one for Nana, and one for Noel. France beat Moldova 3-0. Steph played. Spain under 21s beat Malta 3-0. Lewis got himself a goal. Bulgaria beat Montenegro 3-0. Nick and Avilo both playing. England beat Czech Republic 3-0. None of our players actually scored. Hussein, Zayn, Michael, Joel and Clivette all played. Any assists in there? One for Zayn and one for Clivette. USA beat Canada 2-0. Caleb played. UAE beat Kuwait 2-1. Mo got an assist. Uganda beat Cape Verde 7-5, in which Jarvis got a hat-trick. And Greg played as Slovenia beat Israel 2-0. Joel doing well as a striker, although that screen shows me more that he's declined. Festus is back from his pulled ab injury. Joel's twisted his knee in the England game. He's out for 3 to 5 days. We just saw those. And congratulate Jarvis on his first 3 international goals, I suppose. Hash has picked up a groin strain. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Jerome is back from his twisted ankle. Play all the unfit players for the under 18s. I guess just Dammy and Shanky. Late winners there for Leicester against Aston Villa. Sends them temporarily top. Fortune doing some good stuff in training. Noel not doing as well. Okay, same for the under 23 match, I guess. Oh, Crystal Palace beat Liverpool. That's good news. Arsenal beat Wolves. Chelsea beat Bournemouth. Late winner for Everton against West Ham. Is that Adel Taarabt back in the Premier League? Man. Newcastle come from 2-0 down to draw with Tottenham. City beat Brighton. Okay, let's go attacking. Let's focus our play down the middle. That seems to be where we're better, according to our pro staff members. How important is it that players like Connor are ultra consistent? Okay. A little bit of an uncertain reply. So we're third before this game against Watford, but should be able to comfortably win it. And let's watch the under-23s as they take on Sunderland. Okay, Kokolo's throw to Mumba. Plays a horrible pass across the middle, but Purslow somehow puts it wide and can't capitalise. O'Neill's throw to Ellis to O'Neill. Cross finds Anderton with a header, but puts that over the bar. Dunn with a Sunderland corner. Header by Miller is wide. Shanky running forward for us. Cuts inside, goes for goal, off the post, and Collins clears. Mumba just before half time with a long ball to find Dunn on the left hand side. Dunn's cross. Wyke is open and Wyke puts it in. Charlie Wyke gives Sunderland the lead. Here's Greenwood, not Mason. Nathan Greenwood, almost. Dunn's shot is blocked and is bounced unfortunately off Jerome and in. It's a Jerome own goal and it's 2-0 to Sunderland. Damn it, Jerome. Stop feeding, please. O'Neill to Shanky. Shanky gets in the box and Shanky finishes to pull one back. Now Shanky with a corner. And this time Jerome tries to make up for his own goal, but puts it over the bar. And we end up losing 2-1. Okay, let's see what we can do against Tottenham. Let's let Patrice Evra take his pick. And yep, unchanged team. No surprises there. Watford team is Foster in goal, Cathcart, Dawson and Mariappa at the back. Foster and Cathcart against their old teams. Yanma and Holebas as wingbacks. Pereira, Doucouré and Chaloba in the middle, with De La Feu and Welbeck against his old team up front. Gomez, Messina, Capu, Sarr, Hughes, Francis and Gray on the bench. Yellow card for Chris. Mariappa plays a free kick with a pass back to Foster. Back out to Mariappa. Long ball. Brandon wins the header though. Taz to Vincent. Back to Hussein. He finds Chris. Chris will take it down the line. Gets past Chaloba. Chaloba tries to take it off him and eventually does and gets it away. Pereira flicks it on as far as Taz. Connor out wide, Chris again in space. Chris gets into the box, goes for goal, and Foster makes the save. Now for a corner. Lewis to take. Flick on it by Meta at the near post, saved by Foster. Yamat now with a throw. Brandon heads it away. Here comes Benson. Benson with a lovely through ball, and Lewis is now through on goal. Chance for Lewis, but Foster with another heroic save, and Holebas will prevent the corner. Let's go more direct. That through ball kind of worked. Chris's throw to Connor. Back to Chris. Puts in the cross. Cathcart heads it away. Brandon has it on the other side. He goes for a cross. Meta with the header. And Meta gives us the lead. His 4th goal of the season on the assist from Brandon. Watford then kick off. Deulofeu to Welbeck. Back to Mariappa. Here is Holebas. To Chaloba. Back to Holebas. Maybe Watford looking for an instant leveller. But Holebas does get his cross in. Brandon heads it away. Here comes Benson. Benson easily goes past Decore. Forced to go back to Brandon in the end. Brandon takes it forward well, finds Taz. Here's Clivet. Out to Chris. Chris in the box. Chris shoots and Foster saves for a corner. Lewis with an outswinger. Header away by Chaloba. Taz back out to Lewis. Tackled by Holebas, and he's able to clear. As far as Chris, highlight still being kept alive. Chris brings it forward, plays a cross, but it finds Brandon on the other side. Brandon goes for goal, blocked by Janmat for a corner. Lewis to take. Holebas heads it away. Here's Taz. So Lewis's cross is blocked. It's another corner. And it comes. Header away by Dawson. Steph gets to it. Almost loses out to Welbeck, but hangs on to it. Switches it for Meta. Lewis, Connor, Taz, Lewis, over to Brandon, and the highlight ends there, of all times. Just tell Chris not to get himself a red card. And Chris with a throw to Lewis, back to Chris. Chris with free space in front of him down the right. Can he find a teammate? He does. The ball's bouncing around the box and eventually it's cleared away. There may have been a shot somewhere in there, I didn't really see it. It looks like it's going to be another only 1-0 lead at half time. Now Vincent with a free kick, short to Brandon. Here's Taz to Lewis. Now Benson. Benson brings it forward, finds Clivet. Space for Chris on the right. Plays it inside to Meta and he forces a great save by Foster. And we'll have a corner. It will be Lewis to take. Dawson heads it away. And Vincent plays it back to Chris, and that's that. Just 2 minutes to be added on in the first half. Chris's throw to Lewis. Back to Chris. Chris's cross. Yamat heads it away. Benson finds Brandon in the box. Brandon shoots. And Foster does really well to get a hand to that. And gives away the corner. Lewis to take that. But Foster will easily claim it with no competition. So 1-0 at the break. Meta with the only goal. The team's all of a sudden struggling for goals. My favourites for a reason. A reason? Oh dear me. A reason. Let me take a quick drink. No, that's not paid promo, by the way. Welbeck tries to score a header. He doesn't really score many, does he? Throw in for us. Brandon to take. And Taz wins it back after we'd lost it. Taz's cross. Great chance for Clivet. And it's an easy tap in, but the flag is up. Are they going to check VAR? They are going to check VAR. And it's been disallowed. It will not count. So it stays 1-0. Hussein to Steph. That's a poor pass straight to Chalobah. Now Welbeck to Holobas. Holobas's cross finds Pereira, and that's the first goal we've conceded in this save, and it's brought Watford level, and I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to say. I was not expecting that to happen. Jeez. Roberto Pereira, congratulations, mate. Now I'm a bit worried that we won't even win the game. Still 34 minutes left. Chris plays the free kick long. Benson brings it down, gets into the box. Cuts inside and shoots. But it's straight at Foster, who's able to palm it out. We do have a corner. Lewis will take. Header away by Decore. It's come out to Vincent. Out to Taz. Back to Vincent. Forced all the way back to Chris. Here's Steph. Down the line for Meta. Here comes Meta. Good tackle though by Welbeck. It will be Chris on the throw. Lewis flicks it on. Mariappa's clearance. Decore heads it on. Oh, well, why did he show that? Nothing happened. Brandon's throw to Lewis. Back to Brandon. Brandon brings it forward. Brandon's cross. Meta at the back post. A header tipped over by Foster. Almost his second header of the game. We'll have the corner. Lewis to take. Header away by Chalobah. Vincent tries a back heel, but it's poor. And Pereira is able to play it to Deulofeu. And Deulofeu goes past Brandon. He might have a chance. But Brandon recovers and makes the tackle. Still 1-1 here. Nervous stuff. Yellow card for Chalobah. It will be a Lewis corner. 20 minutes left. Decore heads it away. Steph picks up the loose ball. Steph goes for a cross. Clivet brings it down at the back post. Chance for Clivet, but he drags it wide. And is still pushing for a winner. Damn, did squad harmony affect the team's performance that much? Now only 10 to go. Foster will take the goal kick to Cathcart. Here's Mariappa. Dawson goes long. De La Feu heads it down to Pereira, and it's Watford now looking like they want a winner. Janmat gets the better of Taz. Inside to Pereira. Back to Decore. Here's Chalobah. Back to Decore. Out wide to Holobas. Tackle though by Chris. So maybe it is our chance after all. He plays it to Meta. Meta carries the ball forward, eases past Decore. This is a great run by Meta, all the way into the box, but his shot is wide. Francis now on for Janmat for Watford. Steph has been booked. De La Feu with a free kick. It's over the wall, but it's wide. Okay, this isn't funny anymore. Please, somebody score. Brandon's throw, 2 minutes left. To Benson. Benson's cross almost sneaks in. And Holobas clears. Here comes Steph. Long ball over the top. Chance for Clivette. And Clivette's done it. With 2 minutes to go. VAR ain't disallowing that one. And a huge sigh of relief as we're about to sneak for 3 points. I mean, we've dominated the game, but the score should reflect that too. Hughes has come on for Dawson. Please, not one last chance for Watford. Hughes has crossed it in. Vincent's headed it away. Benson can dribble it out, and that should be the end of that. Benson will get all the way into the box even and go for goal and hit it wide. And looks like the match is surely going to end now. Okay, Vincent's got that. That's fine. On Welbeck's through, I looked away from the screen for a second, but he was offside. Thank the heavens. Come on, ref, time to blow your whistle already. Steph plays it back to Hussein. Just trying to run down the clock here. Lewis to Clivette. There it is. A 2-1 win. Meta gave us the lead. Pereira equalised. Clivette with a late winner to give us the 3 points. Man of the match went to Steph, who assisted the game winner. Worst player was Craig Dawson. Okay, we escaped there. And I think then that will do it for the stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you want to see when I will be live in the future, my schedule is always posted on my Discord channel. You can find that below. You can join that as well as my other social medias in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.